Yeah, short par 310. It's actually been the easiest on the golf course today, so players will want to be taking advantage. Anytime these players get a wedge in their hand, they're looking at stiffing it, and she's hit it beauty there, about 4 feet.
Here's Charlie Hull from earlier. This was at the 6th as we show you some of the action from this morning wave. Leaves that flag stick in.
Yeah, she leaves a flag stick in on everything.
Playing with Akie EY, trying to get it back to even as she did there. Backs it up with this at 11.
She had a great approach shot in here as well. It's a difficult pin to get to all the way back there, but great read, great pace, straight in the middle of the hole, another birdie.
Here's Lindy Duncan. What a showing she had, Mel, at the Chevron Championship.
Oh, didn't she ever? A lot of players and fans pulling for Lindy that week. What a difference moving to Sean Foley this winter. They've worked on some fantastic stuff.
Got to be feeling a little bit of pressure, almost as an unofficial hostess maybe this week.
100%. I mean, Gabby's so passionate about as well from where she's from, which is absolutely how it should be. And she'll be putting a little bit of added pressure on herself this week, which she doesn't need to do. She needs to find her feet a little bit, calm down. Hoping I'm not giving the commentators obviously not in the middle. But yeah, this is where she's just so good, and very underrated putter is our Charles.
To the tee at the 8th, Lindy Duncan.
Had a great chat with Sean Foley last week at the PGA Champ, and he could not have spoken more highly of Lindy Duncan.
Yeah.
Up to that green side area at the 9th. Chisato with her 3rd. Does she need a 4th? No. So Chisato EY moves it to 3 under par.
Because you're kind of sheltered into the jungle here, the mangroves, but once it gets up above the trees, the wind really hits it. And she's trying to play safe left of the flag, hoping that wind brings it back towards the hole, but that's going to be in the middle of the green a little bit longer.
She's had a very clean scorecard so far. 3 birdies, 3 pars.
And playing with some energy. She was added as an alternate to the U.S. Women's Open field.
Short par 3 this. A lot of players will be trying to take advantage. Just a wedge in hand for most of these players. That's well judged there. Good opportunity for birdie. Yeah, that's well judged there.
Here is Aldan Valenzuela at the 10th for birdie.
I feel like she's very good from like these mid-range putts, kind of 12 to 20 feet. I feel like she judges it so well with pace. A little disappointed she's not hit that quite to the hole. It's one of them, you leave it in the jaws, you get disappointed, but a good putt.
Meanwhile, sister Chisato to tie the lead. Oh, lip out. Well, they're not just great players, but they've got all the right moves. Yeah. Here's the comebacker for Gabby. Okay. And that first putt might have been a function of being 4 over. If you're interested, you can look it up. We won't say.
Well, if you know, let us know.
Well, I don't know that we want to say it here at 11:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
It speaks to her tenacity and fierceness. Lost on the 72nd hole, tied for 11th there, but has another win on the JLPGA this year.
Good shot. Hold on.
Soft, didn't it? That rough.
All right, so Akie EY triple bogey at 9 in the penalty area at 10. So this is her 3rd shot.
Yeah, lost a couple to the right the last 2 tee shots, but
oh,
well,
a ho-hum par.
No pictures on a scorecard. We used to call her the Inspector Gadget because she'd come on with a suitcase full of all kinds of contraptions on the range, bands and sticks everywhere. I'm surprised she didn't impale herself, but that's what Sean said last week to me. He says we're trying to get her away from that, literally just focus on the simple basic stuff. And
but the putt she made to get into the playoff, remember she had a putt to win it from off the green. Chevron Championship.
I mean, it was such a life-changing week for her in so many ways. Obviously, the prize money helps. I spoke to her about it, but she just said the whole ranking and everything, she can actually just take it easy for once, or not.
This is just a flick of a lob wedge. Oh, beautiful shot. That's the way you control the golf ball.
At Evian, that has lived in Geneva, the Bahamas, Texas.
Sounds like Tom
Speaks
Abbott.
4 or 5 languages. Pretty good effort there.
Yeah, there are. Erin Hills is going to be a lot of fun at the US Open and then Frisco. I'm very excited to see that place. I've heard a lot about it. Big place up in Texas.
Chisato's third.
Yeah, ball was lying okay there on the coquina shells.
Charlie for a short birdie. Hey, I know you got the chance to see Lorena yesterday.
I did. It was so good to see her. She's one of my all-time favorite people. Well, and behind Lorena, she's the winningest Mexican golfer with 3 wins to her credit. What really desperately wants more.
This was the par putt for Chisato Iwai, the 12th. Here it comes. Not quite enough. Ooh, a drop shot.
Players are saying these greens are a little on the slow side, not in a bad way, just because of this wind, and you're seeing it there. We're seeing a lot of putts coming up short. Struggled a little bit this year to get going. This will help. Go on.
Okay. Well, her day just got better in a hurry. High five. From 4 over to 2 over, just like that.
See how this reacts out of this rough. She's got a lot of green to work with. That's not too bad there. It's difficult to judge the speed and the distance on that one.
That's good food. Here's Bianca for her par to stay in front by 1.
It'd be nice for the momentum, but just slid away there. Just didn't keep the pace up. That breaking putt left to right.
On the tee at the 10th, Jessica Porvaznik. The 29-year-old rookie from Ohio. Let's get to know her a little bit better.
Carrying your own bag up the massive hills of that golf course. It was one of the more spectacular feats I've seen. Good par save for Gabby. Quite a lot more to this par putt than she would have liked. And that's a bit of a sloppy bogey right there.
Here's Jenny Shin. She's in next week at the U.S. Women's Open, a USGA champion from back in the day.
Very underrated player is Jenny Shin. I feel like she's always there or thereabouts, but never really gets spoken about.
Oh, there, we're going to talk about that. That's a putt to take the lead. Jenny. Like that, 5 birdies.
Yeah, but on this little stretch of the golf course, it's not too bad because we're into the breeze, so it cools you down a little bit. That looks like a nice shot from Chisato from about 74 yards. Gives her a birdie chance. There's been a lot going on here, but a couple of balls in the penalty area.
Good opportunity here straight up the hill.
Yeah, so many have left it short. She dialed it in, so good for Jessica, the rookie. At the 13th, Chisato Iwai for birdie to join the lead.
Just slips by that right-hand side. I feel like these putts just pull up speed as they get about 3-4 feet from the hole.
That looked pretty solid, and it's a good line.
Oh, like that.
This one's on a pretty good line, just leaking a little right.
Yeah, the birdie at the 14th by Jenny Shin just a moment ago.
Yard closer, so we'll call it 180. It comes out pretty low on a good line, just trying to push it on further the flag towards the back of the green, but it looks like it's safely aboard from down here in the fairway.
Right, par, Mr. Birdie Putt. This inside 3 feet. Oh no. That's a shame. Mel, how does that happen?
I used to do it quite a lot, Kay, so you're asking the wrong person.
Prepare for her birdie putt. Take a look at the race to the CME Globe. Gino Titigun won the last event on the LPGA calendar a couple of weeks ago at the Mizuho. And Chisato Iwai with just the second birdie at this tough 14th today. And she moves into a share of second. Cheyenne Knight has a par putt up ahead.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for Cheyenne. She did not hit a long tee shot. So she had, what, about 220 yards in with her second, and bogeyed the previous hole.
Second shot for the big hitter at the 18th. First group out this morning at 7 a.m.
Big opportunity here on 18. It's a very gettable hole location. She already had one eagle here from Caroline Masson. And Bianca's got a great opportunity for the second eagle. 100%. 100%. She just needs one thing going and get the momentum switching in the right way.
Tom's out there at the 15th.
Yeah, it's a 6-iron, and that wind just hammers it off the.
Out in that first group this morning has this putt to leapfrog Jenny Shen and take the lead. Still a good day for Bianca, who's not had a great start to the season. She's tended to finish strong last couple of seasons. Kept her card last year. And a 68.
That's a great score today in this one. That'll give her a lot of confidence going into tomorrow and the rest of the week.
And she'll have a chance.
Yeah, she judged that really well there. Oh, that was aggressive, wasn't it?
Both of them. First one and the second.
Chip shot, kind of a pitch shot to get it to this point. And that's really, I know it's a bogey,
yeah,
but that was a good bogey from where she was.
No, she's been busy today.
It's been so tough for the players today, and I'm sure it's only just going to get tougher this afternoon when the wind picks up. That'll be a double bogey for Jenny.
And so it's going to be Bianca Pagdananan alone at the top, the double for Jenny. Charlie, as usual, second for Jenny at the 17th. Fun short hole here you can do some things with. Move the tees around. Birdie putt for Akie Iwai at 15. Oh! Like that. So she's had a triple bogey.
I was about to say she had a very interesting 6 or 7 holes there, hasn't she?
Yeah, one of those shots, I think, where you need a lot of feel to get it close. This one kind of coming in low with a bit of run. That was an interesting flight there.
This is where I really don't get her keeping the flag stick in when the wind is blowing and that stick is moving around. Doesn't seem to phase her.
Yeah, right in the narrowest part of the hole where the penalty areas really tuck in. I'm not sure there'll be a narrower hole that they'll play this year in that portion. This looks really good. 8 times from 171 yards. Taking advantage of that good drive there.
Chisato Iwai tugged her tee shot into the fairway bunker. Pitched out. This is for par. Oh, hard working.
A very good par there. That's what you got to do around here on these difficult holes, is just grind your way out of it.
Jenny Shen had the lead outright briefly at 4 under par. Made double bogey at 16. This to get one back.
Yeah, this would be a nice bounce back. She didn't like it,
I don't
but
think
she
she
should.
did.
She gave a little kick with the leg. Usually means she didn't like the start line or the pace on that.
Lynn Grant. And she holed out for eagle at the 11th and gets that birdie to drop. So some hard work from Lynn to endure that triple bogey at 9, and she's come all the way back to even par.
Didn't sound like the best of strikes, but it's worked out okay.
And the tracer liked it. On
a good line, just left of the flag and not the best for distance, so a bit longer putt than she would have liked for. But
up ahead, Jenny Shen has this third at the par 5, up and down to tie the lead.
Something she's been working very hard on. With her pitching in, playing dividends there. That's a great shot. That should leave her a nice birdie to finish.
At the 5th, her 14th hole. Here's her third.
Yeah, coming up to a couple of birdies as well. 4, 3 and 4. That's okay.
Playing more like 95, 100. She's pretty good with her wedges.
A shot under Florida State Golf Association rules during her U.S. Women's Open qualifier because her group was over time par. And so the entire group gets penalized. So instead of getting through U.S. Open qualifying, she had to go into a playoff, which she lost. She was the first alternate. She was later added to the field. But there were some frustrating moments for Aline.
Yeah, after that double on 16, this is to finish birdie. Yeah, well done, Jenny. Very solid round of golf. Yeah, perfect leave.
Chance to match 68. Charlie for birdie.
Oh, a little bit of a misread. So all three players with 2-putt pars. I'm giving Charlie this one, but it's not quite in yet.
Oh, flag stick out.
You know, you guys talk about 16 and 18.
oh yeah, it's horrible. It's kind of lying down in this Bermuda grass, and I think that's a pretty good effort there, considering gives herself a chance for not a lot of green to work with. So if she can catch this cleanly with a bit of spin. Oh no, it didn't spin. It did not spin. I thought that it might check a little bit, but obviously caught it. Yeah, she's really enjoyed herself out there, as you've seen. That's a nice up and down from a tough lie. And what a talented pair of twin sisters we have with the EYs, who are just really enjoying themselves coming across from Japan.
Another lovely tee shot from Aline. See, that's the problem sometimes downwind. It's really difficult when there's pins at the back.
Oh, she's had a couple of close calls here.
Good, didn't it? That looked very good for a very, very long time. Great effort there.
She won the women's amateur, the British Am, as we might call it here. Part of an NCAA title team at Stanford, and a winner on the Ladies European Tour. So
You just got to keep to your process, keep trusting yourself.
That was actually executed really well.
such success last year at Lancaster with Yuka winning and Hinako Shibuno the runner-up. The EYs played the majors last year when they weren't yet members of the LPGA Tour. There's a brilliant pitch there. Now they are rookies. Chako Higuchi back at the LPGA Championship, and then Hinako Shibuno at Woburn. And then last year they had two major winners. Lindy, of course, is still grinding out there for her first win. Came so close in the major championship. Chevron.
She's played that so well. Just took it up nice and steep, dropped it on the back of the ball. The momentum of the club for the round. She's been struggling a little bit this year, Lynn. She just needs a few things to go her way, and she'll be off to a fly. That's an unbelievable shot from there, by the way.
There's a third at the 18th.
Something to learn from as well for people at home. If you watch her, she stares at the landing spot. She does it with putting as well. She stares at the hole and then goes down and quickly pulls the trigger. That's something that a lot of amateurs and a lot of very good golfers as well at any level can learn from her. I love the way that she does that. I feel like sometimes we get so into like the ground and like where we are, and it kind of tightens you up, but she does such a good job at looking at the target in her element, I guess, and playing with a bit of confidence, a bit of freedom, something that we've all wanted for Lindy for a long time.
We saw Lauren Coughlin break through last year to win a couple of times, then have a great Solheim Cup. This is co-leader Aline Crowder. Third shot, par 5, 7th.
Did a nice layup. So I'm guessing a good number for her, but